VYG is back with the Where You're Going show, and we're going to be here every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Sky 203. Make sure you let all your friends, all your family members know, because this program is set to help young people overcome any type of problem that they are going through. Just as we started the program for the first show last Saturday, and it's been a success already. We've been receiving emails and contacts from people that are in need of help. If you are watching this program right now and perhaps you find yourself in a stressful situation because you just don't know what to do with your life, perhaps your family is going downhill, your education is nowhere to be found, or perhaps there are certain things inside of you that you're struggling to overcome. There are certain issues that no one knows. You keep it as a secret within yourself. And you want to break free, you want to find a way out, you want to find help. But unfortunately, there isn't much that you can do about it as you think there isn't. We are here because we want to help you deal with this matter. And as we said last Saturday, that today we would be interviewing Shelly, a girl that has been through a lot of stressful moments in her life, difficult childhood, problems in her family between her and her mother. There was a lot of relationship issues which ended up in her being pregnant. What did she do after that? How did she feel? She's going to be sharing her story with us throughout the program. I also have here with me Malcolm. He's going to be co-hosting the program with me, as well as Sabrina, which also had a very, very difficult teenage years of her life. And she's going to be sharing her experiences. And who knows, through their stories, it may inspire you, it may lift you up and make you understand that you can also make a change in your life. Because at the end of the day, the destination of your life is in my hands, is in our hands. I can do with my life whatever I want to do. You can do with your life whatever you want to do. But unfortunately, sometimes I can understand that there might be some sort of negativity or evil influence trying to pull you to the wrong track. You know, our intention is to bring you back to the right track and help you break free from any problems that you're going through. So if you want to contact us throughout the show, even if you want to call us live to share your story or ask them a question in the time when they'll be sharing their story, you can give us a call on 0207 686 6300. That's 0207 686 6300. You can send me an email. It's on hola@victoryyouthgroup.co.uk. That's HOLLA, hola@victoryyouthgroup.co.uk. Or you can send us a tweet.
Yeah, if you want to send us a tweet, you can just tweet us at VYGUK. And if you want to share comments or you want to tell your friends about it, you can follow the link, which is www.facebook.com/VictoryYouthGroup.
That's right. And before we start interviewing them, why don't you right now send a text to your friends, your family members, maybe your college friends, and let them know that the VYG is live on Sky 203 with the Where You're Going program, right? Because you never know, this person may be going through certain issues that he or she may not know how to deal with, and you can be this helping hand to this person. So going to Shelly. Right, Shelly, how are you?
Yes, fine, thanks.
Good?
Yep.
Today everything is good, right, Shelly?
Yeah.
But there was a moment in your life, you were telling us the other day, there was a moment in your life that you were very, very, very stressed because of all the problems that you were going through within yourself.
Yeah.
Would you go in details about it?
Okay, well, let's just say from when I was like 11 years old, that was the first time I'd ever been to a party. Mm-hmm. Like, I weren't raving at that time, but I was going to little house parties with my friends. And because I was hanging around with people that were older than me, I automatically gained a mentality of someone that was like, let's just say 5 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So I was hanging around.
You were just 11, you said?
And I was hanging around with like 15, 16-year-olds at the time. So after then, through that party, I got my name up basically. People knew me because I was a dancer. I used to dance, so people knew me. And any house party that was in the area, everyone will call everyone and be like, oh, do you know that Shelly girl, etc., etc. And yeah, they'll just call me to come over. So from then, getting that type of knowing that I'll have my name up and have a big reputation on the road, I started going to more parties.
But then a quick question, like 11 years old, did you not like have other things to worry about than to be going house parties? Like you're 11, so you was in what, primary school?
Yeah.
Or at least someone to pull you out of it. Because an example, I know house parties doesn't happen middays.
No.
Right, it happens 10 p.m. onwards.
Yep.
So wouldn't your mom notice that, where's my 11-year-old child? Where is she? Wouldn't she be bothered or What was going on?
Because I was with older people, so she didn't really see it as a problem. And obviously, I'm not going to say, Mum, I'm going raving. So she never really knew where I was going. But usually, at the beginning, I'll be with my older sister, or because I was with older people, as I said. So that's why, she didn't really say much.
Sabrina, was something similar to hers as well?
I did go to a party when I was around the same age, 11, 12. But it was just like a little mini house
party. Let me just ask
parties.
a question. Maybe I'm too naive, but what do you find in these house parties?
At 11 years old?
Yeah, party is going to be something like, okay, I'm going to a celebration, or I'm going there just to have some fizzy drinks.
No, this one is lights off, alcohol in the venue, and just bare guys, bare girls, short skirts, hooded up guys, yeah. But them times, daggering weren't even about. No. It's only recently that's come about. But them times, alcohol, lights off. And because the lights were off, no one can see what you're doing. So everyone just wants to, get wild. That was it.
Yeah, it's true. But when I first went to my first house party, I actually thought it was going to be a birthday party, like with, food and drinks and everything.
A birthday cake.
Yeah.
And candles for
So you
exactly.
I
was naive. And we went there and then all the lights were off. And I was like, so I thought they were bringing in a birthday cake, but the lights stayed off throughout the whole time. And like everyone was just dancing with each other. And I was like surprised. I was shocked. And that was my first ever house party.
But at the age of 11, would you look like an 11-year-old girl?
I did.
Or you were like Shelley said, you were kind of looking older for your age?
I looked older for my age. I don't know how, I don't know why. Even at that time, I weren't even wearing weave, so I don't know how I could. No, honestly, if I had weave in, then
why do you have to bring out the weave?
But it's true. If I was wearing weave, then you could understand like why I looked older. But I used to have afro. I would tie something around my head to have an afro.
Do you think it could have been like the clothes you was wearing, and plus obviously the people you was with?
You know what? I think when I was like 11, them ages, I still looked like a kid. But when I hit like 13 up, because from 13 upwards, that was when I lost my virginity. And I was seeing I was around older guys and things like that. So I had no choice but to grow up. And also I used to smoke as well. I used to smoke weed. I used to smoke cigarettes. So it's like, them things make you age and it makes you look older, and it's rare. Well, nowadays it's not, but them times it was rare for you to see an 11-year-old smoking, kind of a thing.
Well, maybe you were watching this program and you were wondering, hang on, 13-year-old losing her virginity and drinking and smoking, isn't this kind of weird?
Yeah.
Or in your opinion, you think that this is normal? Because some people, they think like this, we are on the 21st century. I think we need to upgrade. There is no such a thing as girls playing with dolls anymore. I think girls need to mature. You may have your opinions about it. You may have your views on the topic. Then you may be wondering, what these people are saying they went through when they were 13. It's normal, or maybe you may not think it is that normal. If you have your opinion, if you have your comments, you can always share your comments with us on Twitter, which is
at VYG UK, and that's at VYG UK.
Right, or you can send me an email on hola@victoryyouthgroup.co.uk. Have you got something already?
Yep, I've got Jefferson from Glasgow. He says, I'm really enjoying the show, guys. Keep it up. And also...
Thanks, Jefferson.
And also, we've got Marion. She's like, I'm 15 years old, I'm 3 months pregnant, and my mum chucked me out. What should I do?
Well, I think you guys will be able to answer this throughout the program.
Yeah.
Because you can share some experience on this, both of you especially.
Yeah.
Right? So, carry on.
Okay, so 13, 14, after I lost my virginity, I started to go to clubs. I found my way somehow into clubs, over 21 clubs.
With no ID?
No ID. As I said, I used to hang around with older people, so either way I would blend in. If it was like 4, 5, 13-year-olds walking to over 21 clubs, then that's an issue. Mm-hmm. But because I was with, 20-year-olds, when I was like 13, 14, I was hanging around with like 20, 21-year-olds.
And they obviously knew how old you were.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't leave you at home. They would bring you along.
You know what? Them times, I don't even know why people allowed me to do the things that I was doing.
Like for me, I'm thinking to myself, what kind of role models were they? Like,
you know what? When people are not doing things that are right, automatically, when they're not doing things that are right, and they know that they're in the wrong, they will want you to join them. So it's like they're not going to tell you, oh, stop what you're doing, what you're doing is bad. They're going to want you to join them to make them feel better about what they're doing.
It's kind of like to kind of hide the facts that what they're doing is not wrong. It's like, it's okay, like, you know, I'm doing it, come do it with me.
As well. So they know it's wrong, but because they don't want to feel bad or they don't want to look bad,
they bring others down with them.
Exactly. So I think
So
that's
were you going down?
Yeah, I went down. Like
Couldn't you see that you were going? I mean, couldn't you see that you were being pulled down, Shelly? Somehow, I do believe we all have conscience. We all have the power to think, and if there is something that I know is causing me harm, eventually I will want to walk away from it.
Yeah.
An example, if maybe I'm feeling pain, or I'm getting close to fire and I'm getting burned, eventually my natural instincts will say, walk away from it because it's hurting.
Yeah.
Or at the time you couldn't feel the pain, you were just, let me just enjoy my life.
Do you know what? I think I just wanted to have fun, and
So
I never
that was
knew,
fun for you.
Yeah, I wasn't a person to go cinemas and go out with my friends and things like that. Fun for me was smoking weed, sitting down in a circle in someone's house, smoking weed,
Laughing
being with
until
guys. Yeah, just laughing. And that's exactly what we used to do. Just smoke weed and laugh, drink alcohol, have a girly chat and things like that. So it was like, I never knew about, going to the park to play on the swings and things like that. Them things, they didn't, I weren't interested in that. I wanted to do what big people were doing. I wanted to have sex. I wanted to do all those kind of stuff, like wrong things, basically.
So it's like your childhood got stolen from you.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing. Sabrina, what about you? Like, what happened after that first house party that you went to that you thought was a birthday party? What happened from then?
Well, after then, I think I was in the beginning of school at that time, so I didn't go to a party for a long time until later on. Like when I reached 16 and I left school and stuff, that's when I proper started getting into raving and stuff, and that's what I used to do. And I used to go raving every single weekend as well. It was like a addiction to go. You had to go. It was just like the thing to do. Otherwise, it's like
and
you're,
when you
you're
go,
bored.
you can't repeat the clothes, right?
Definitely No way.
Even though you'd buy them in Primark, it doesn't matter.
It's true. And them times, we never even used to buy them. We used to thief them from Primark.
Exactly.
Primark.
Shoplift.
Yeah,
From
big
Primark.
time. Yeah.
If you was to do that now, it would be a big problem. But back then, it was like Primark was the thing. I remember back in the day, like if you wasn't going to Primark or all your friends wasn't in Primark, it was like, what's going on?
Like
I have to
Primark
confess, I was doing it as well. I shoplifted from Primark as well, so I kind of relate.
I remember times when we used to go with like bags, big massive bags, and go in there, fill out the bags, go drop a bag in KFC, get a basket from Primark, fill up the basket, go to Burger King, drop the basket there, come back.
And
it was terrible.
This was all to get your outfit, just to go out.
Just to make sure every weekend you look on point, no repeating
And you wouldn't
clothes.
even, I'm sorry, this is my opinion, maybe you wouldn't even dress up for yourself. You would dress up for others to see.
show off.
You wanted to look better than other girls out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course. But yeah, so I was really in, and like Shelly as well, dancing. I used to love dancing as well. It was just the thing. Obviously, everyone's eyes are on you. You're the center of attention, so you just do your thing, and that's it. And you go all out, and you don't even care what you look like. When I used to look at other girls doing it, I would think that they were nasty, that they were dirty. But when I did it, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. It was just
You felt
a
on
normal
top
thing.
of the world.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the consequences of whatever you were doing, because 13 you lost your virginity. You went to a house party, which was more like a rave at the age of 11.
Yeah.
You were addicted to
cigarettes,
smoking weed and drinking alcohol from the age of?
From 13.
13.
All of it kicked off from 13.
13, and when you were out there, you would not be yourself.
No.
What were the consequences of it? And plus shoplifting as well,
Yeah.
right?
Shoplifting, getting in trouble by the police. I got arrested many times. I was on curfew for ages. They put me on anger management courses, drug abuse courses, so many different things.
A kid.
Yeah. Probation. I was on probation for 2 years and a half. They put me on tag once. So a lot of consequences.
And I can imagine how much stress you'd bring to your mum.
Yeah. My mum, you know what? Before I went wild, my mum was all right. But then after I went wild, it's I could just see it had affected her. Terribly. Yeah.
And were you causing trouble to your mummy?
Well, my mum never really knew how I was outside. She thought I was an angel. inside.
Double face.
Yeah. Outside, I was different. At home, she didn't know who I was. So when I left home at like 17 as well, so I was free, like I wanted to do my own thing. And then after I had lost my virginity, I just became addicted to sex. Like I always wanted to have sex. Like that was just, I don't know why, but it was something that I had to do. Like otherwise I didn't feel like I was normal, like I was okay. And because all my friends as well, like they were kind of like the same as well. I wasn't like that in the beginning, but because my friends were like that, they were always like going to guys' houses, so we'll just be there cotching, and like Shelley was saying, smoking, drinking, laughing, just hanging around. Like there was even times when I was in a room and my friend will be there and she'll be having sex with a guy and I'll be here like sitting down talking to another guy, and it was...
Serious? It was this bad?
Yeah, it was nasty, but... In that moment, you just feel like you need to
something.
The addiction speaks louder, right? Mm-hmm. Because you said I was addicted to sex.
Yeah.
And addiction is something that you can't control, but it controls you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So whenever the heat would come up, like I need to do it, the person will go and do it, right? So you didn't really care of like, who or whatever.
Yeah, I could have just like spoken to the person, like we were just talking. If we clicked, then that night something will happen. If we didn't, then I wouldn't do it. I wasn't just like all over the place. Night? Just sometimes, not all the time, but there was occasions where I did like just on the same night.
And I was just thinking something that just came to my mind. Okay, so you guys started doing this from a really young age. So I'm sure that one of the consequences must have been your education and like your school. How was it doing that at such a young age? You must have not have done so well in school as well. Like.
No, actually, I think with my education, I was like on top of it.
So
like, I could
even
switch.
In school, you was kind of two-faced.
I could switch. Like when I was at school and doing my education, I'll do everything. I'll do my work. I got good grades and everything. But
when it comes to it.
But just like relationships and stuff like that, that was the worst.
That's good. I flopped. I dropped out of school. Honestly, I flopped.
Dropped out.
I dropped out of school.
At what age?
Year 10. During the time, and around that time, I was 15, and that's when I got pregnant as well, and I had an abortion. So I dropped out of school. I didn't do my GCSEs, nothing. And before then, I was going to school but bunking. I'll go to school school starts at 9. I'll get there for 12. Meet up with who I need to meet up with, and then leave. Go out shoplifting on the high street, causing trouble with people, smoking, things like that. And anytime I would go to school, I'll just go just so I can have a place to smoke in the toilets in school. So yeah.
And I believe that all this toughness that he would show Shelley, because he would show like I'm tough Shelley, I'm tough Sabrina. No one can come up to me. In reality, it wasn't that tough, because when you were in front of people, I believe you were this tough person. But when you were by yourself, how would you feel?
I would be in my bed crying, like just crying, because at the time
So you were not this happy, bubbly person that you showed to others?
On the outside, in front of everyone, anyone that came across me, I would be that bubbly, loud, everyone liked me, everyone wanted to be around me, everyone wants to talk to me. But when I was at home, it was just crying in my room, especially if I had smoked weed. I would start hallucinating, my mind would just be throbbing, crazy things just used to happen to me. I was really sad, like nobody knew what was going on with me, because it's like, okay, I was just like Sabrina said, she was addicted to sex, it was the same with me. But it's like knowing that people are using you, like it's not something that's easy to just take kind of thing. Like, and at the time, sometimes I thought it was all right, but then other times I thought it weren't. Like if I was under alcohol or weed, then I'll be all jolly, but if I was sober, then I'll realise, hold on, like I'm being used here. People are taking the mick out of me, kind of a thing.
So the abortion wasn't even the lowest point in your life.
No.
You're going to share this with us in a few seconds, because we are going to be finding out from them how they managed to turn things around, but they will also share with us how bad Shelley's life was getting and Sabrina's life was getting since making this change, before making the change, because there is a lot more they're going to be sharing with us. So stay hooked on with us, because the Very Going Show will bring to you the change that these two girls managed to make in their lives. I mean, if you're watching us right now, how many people do you know that are exactly in the same situation that they were living before? And if they can change, if they could make a change, I do believe you can make a change too. If you're going through any of the problems that they have mentioned, or perhaps you find yourself in it and you just don't know how to come out of it, why don't you write to us? hola@victoryyouthgroup.co.uk, that's the email, or you can send us a Twitter on @VYG UK. We're going to be back straight after this break with more Where You Going Show.
Welcome back to Where You Going TV. We're here with Shelly and Sabrina, and today's topic is Wild Girls. So just to give you a little insight on what we've been speaking about, Shelly, at the age of 15, had an abortion, you know, was raving at the age of 11, smoking and drinking at 13. Yeah. And with Sabrina, you was same age 11, and at 16, you basically had an addiction for sex, raving, partying, and all of that. So now we want to get to, like, what was the lowest point of your life? Because as Shelly was saying, the lowest point wasn't even the abortion, was it? So what was the lowest point from?
It got to a point in my time where it was like, I need money because no one could provide for me. I dropped out of school. I couldn't get into college. Jobs was just a myth because criminal records. So who really wants to employ someone like me? So I just needed money. And I said to myself, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get money. So I was hanging around with guys that were, you know, balling, you know, doing fraud and all that kind of stuff. And I basically started to sleep with guys with the aim to get money. If you ain't got money...
This is what was in your mind?
Yeah. If you're not giving me money, I don't want to know. If you ain't got weed, cigarettes, alcohol, if you ain't got nothing for me, I don't want to know. Because I think I had just become so... I don't want to say emotionless, but it's like I had got to a point where I was like, you know what? Forget everything. Like, I've done crazy things, so I might as well just go all out and just go further. So that was...
See, Shelly, the name of the program is Where You're Going. I do believe that there was a time in your life that you had to think and realize, man, I'm messing up. And at the age that you were in, you were meant to be, finishing college, you were meant to be getting a job, helping your mom, but you were the contrary of it, both of you, right? Yeah. But then the question, where you're going, or, you know, my life, the destination of my life is in my hands. When you understood about this, and because this question came about to you through the youth group, right? And did you realize straight away, man, I need to make a change, or it was a process? How did you make the change, and who is Shelly today? Okay,
well, before I came across the word Where You Going, as I said, to me, everything I was doing was fun. So when I did come across Where You Going, it was like, it didn't click straight away. I knew that everything I was doing was bad. I knew I was a complete mess.
You knew it?
But yeah, I knew. From I hit like 16, 17, I knew that was it. Like, I'm just over. That's what I thought in my mind. So when I did come across Where You Going, I first came to the youth group and that. When I stepped into the place, I saw so much like young people. I can't even remember if they were my age or younger, but they were just happy. They were doing, I didn't even know what was going on in their lives, but they just seemed happy. They looked different. There was just something about them that I had liked. So when I came to the youth group, the first day I stepped in there, I just knew I need to change. Like, I had reached my lowest. I was so desperate. I needed help.
But you would never show it to people?
No, even when I first came, I came with a friend, and my friend came, you know, she was open, you know, she was like, I want to change. She made it clear that she wanted to change. But me, I kept quiet, sat down, folded my arms, just looked at everyone and acted as if I put on that tough front thing. And yeah.
Was it like, you know, it's like they say, you know, like proud people, they just look down on people. You just think like, who do these people kind of think they are? So you just came with whatever, whilst your friend was open and...
Yeah, but deep down I was like, no, I need these people. So yeah.
Sabrina, what about you? What was the lowest point for you? And how did you, you know, realize that, you know, I really need to fix up?
Okay, so for me, so no, because I was in a lot of like relationships and stuff. So my last relationship that I was in was together for 4 years. I got pregnant, and then I found out that he cheated on me with many girls. And I used to see text messages. I used to see so many things. And then there was this one girl that he went out with for like a year or something. And then that for me, it really broke me. And I was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I contemplated like suicide. I wanted to just kill myself, but then because I had my son at that time, I was like, you know what, I need to fix up. Like, you know, I really, really want to change. Like, and I didn't know where to go. And then I remembered and I heard about the Where You Going, and I started to come. I heard the messages and everything, and I came, not like Shelly, but I came because I really wanted to change, and that's what I started to do, and then that's how I began that
Obviously, I
transformation.
don't think that everything changed in the blink of an eye. It was an appeal that you swallowed and your life changed.
No.
But I do believe there was a process, like through the activities and doing a lot of positive stuff that we were introducing to you both. Then you eventually began taking the necessary steps to make a change in your life.
Yep.
Fast forwarding the tape. How is Shelly today? How are you doing?
I am good. Like, I've finished college now. I'm a qualified hairstylist. I've got 2 business diplomas. Now I'm working towards opening my own hair salon. And yeah, life
As someone that before you had abandoned education.
Yep, no prospects, nothing. I didn't have vision. I didn't know what I wanted to do for my future. But now I'm set. I know where I'm going. That's it.
That's good.
That's good.
Sabrina?
Well, I'm in my last year of university. I went back to uni to study, and everything is moving forward. Me and my son, where before we didn't have a relationship, and now we have this relationship. And
so, getting ready for Friday, the rave?
No, no, but yeah, everything's moving forward. And like Shelly as well, I had this idea to have a business and stuff like that. So things are moving forward.
Now you see the importance of coming across this question, right? Because it's something rational. I mean, I think everybody should stop and think. If there are certain things that I'm doing in my life, eventually it's hurting me. And you know deep inside, you know you shouldn't be doing it, but you don't want to show to your friends. When you are by yourself, you tend to think, right? You start thinking about the consequences. So you need to analyze what's going on in your life, because if there are certain things that you are doing and you know you shouldn't be doing, where will this take you to? If Shelly would continue living the life that she was living before, where would she be today? What type of a girl would she be? What type of a daughter would she be? What type of a mother in the future, if she was to have another child, what type of a mother would she be to her children? So this is something that you all need to think about. And the question, as it's written here, where are you going, something that, it's basic, it's simple. And if you think about it and you apply this in your life, you will start getting the strength to cut off from your life everything that is unnecessary. If there are people that is making your life negative, you cut them off. If there are situations, music, or whatever it is, places that is making your life negative, you cut it off, because you know that your life is more important than everything else. Think about it. Pay a visit to our website, whereareyougoing.org. You can like us on Facebook and follow us up on Twitter. Facebook is facebook.com/Victory Youth Group, and Twitter is twitter.com/VYG UK, or simply at VYG UK. Or if you're going through any type of problems and you want to speak to someone, you can send me an email on hola@victoryyouthgroup.co.uk. Remember, the destination of your life is in your hands. We'll see you Saturday, 4 p.m. on Sky 203.